Welcome back to another video, guys, and today we're going to be talking about the team I used to beat Club Boss 23. So yeah, I managed to score over 70 million points with this team in front of you. So we have Purple L, Blue L, Green Dustin, Doty, and Erica. Now I should have actually used Green Mike instead of Blue L because Blue L basically didn't do anything in this battle. And I'm gonna walk you through what I did to get the score I got. So basically, if you look at the characters, so let's say you have Mike, you have Dustin, maxed out attack gear. You can see on the charts here, this is the gear I use. You have attack gear, and then you have Doty again attack gear because the boss is green. She does over 1 million damage on her activated ability, which is pretty good, and it's pretty quick ability as well, doesn't waste time. Okay, you have Erica, which I'm still working on getting the gear upgraded. Again, the main hitters here, you have also 11, which max defense gear because it's a 4.5 star character, max rarity. She has less health than the others, can easily die. So you want to keep her alive as long as possible because she's a very key player. The strategy here is basically with Dustin and Erica. They create dices, as you can see here, just by matching green or red dices. They create poison dices, and poison is the key player here. Poison is how you beat the higher bosses. It's pretty obvious. I know people that actually have researched how poison works are gonna agree and understand this because the more health the boss has or the enemy has, the more damage poison will do. Even with less stacks, with less poison, you can still do a lot of damage if the boss has more health. So the idea is to create as many poison dice as possible in the beginning, and then just basically swipe and let the turns pass so the boss gets more damage dealt. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look at this and let's see how we can beat this. Alright, so we have this team. Let's go with the first attempt. Starting out straight away, it's important to first, when you start, to look at the dices. Never look at the boss. You have a couple of seconds to prepare, to figure out which dices to swipe. As you can see, I start straight away creating poison dices because it obviously depends on the RNG, but you want to have green and red dices. This is the only two color dices you want to focus on in this type of mission when you have Erica and Dustin, because that's how you create the poison. And then you have a purple L. She's gonna basically automatically trigger those dices because they become ability dices, and that's her second reactive kicks in. As you can see, I use only Dustin's ability because he gives poison, and also you have Doty, which hits over 1 million damage, which is great in this scenario. And then you just swipe green dices, create more poison. As you can see, you have 38 turns of poison, and they keep increasing. 47. We have 47, which is for this boss as well. These bosses, the upper bosses, this is actually pretty good. You don't need to much higher now. You can just chill. And I just always use Green Dustin's ability because it's very quick ability and it gives guaranteed poison. Why not? The extra 3 turns, extra damage. Okay, so now we have 50 turns of poison. We're just now swiping. This is something you don't want to have, these chain attacks. Sometimes you just get really, the luck is a bit horrible and it keeps going with the chain attacks, and chain attacks are bad because they waste time. That's something you don't really want. Okay, and then you have these vulnerability dice which also come in, and they just also take a lot of time for that. Okay, so as you can see, this is the first attempt, and we actually got over 21 million points, which is pretty good for this boss. So yeah, the first attempt was pretty nice. Let's have a look at the second attempt. So again, same team. I don't think it matters which position you put the character in. I usually put the poison guys on the right or in the middle. Straight away, as you can see, we have the poison kicking in because we managed to create a bunch of poison. And keep in mind that their ability doesn't activate if you get matched as a luck, as in like from the chain attacks. Chain attacks don't trigger poison, then they don't create poison dices. Only when you swipe on your turn, that's when poison gets created for the green and red dices. And then yeah, we just keep going. We're going with the poison. We just want to create as much poison as possible. That's pretty good right now. As you can see, we hit over 1 million every time the poison kicks in. More poison coming in. That's actually pretty nice. 37 turns of poison for this amount of time. Now you can technically just swipe and yeah, just waste, just have the turns pass by. Otherwise, it's pretty easy. Also, something if I've noticed, I only play manual because manual is the best if you're doing poison. You have you need to be able to control the characters, and you don't want to activate their abilities. With auto, it's gonna activate the abilities and waste all the time. That's something you definitely don't want to happen. So as you can see, now we have 70 turns of poison, and we do 2.3 million damage. And these chain attacks are killing me because I could have done way more damage on this if this chain attack didn't trigger. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with this score. We got another 26.85 million, which is pretty good. I think this is my personal record beaten on boss 23 for a singular attempt, which is pretty nice. But let's look at the last attempt here as well. Again, we start with creating dices, poison. We're very lucky because sometimes when I start these attempts, I don't have much red or green dices to swipe straight away, which kinda is gonna lower your score because you wanna have it straight away from the beginning. First turn create poison, that's what you really want. But then the RNG, you know, sometimes it's different, so the scores vary because of that. It's all based on luck as well. But it's something that I do as well, I never look at the actual boss. I only look at the dices. As the boss is getting poison at it and attacking, I only look at what's the next combo I can make. Where is the next dice I can swipe? That's the only, you want to have a look at this because you don't want to waste time. As soon as your turn, as soon as you're able to swipe, you want to swipe straight away. You don't want to waste any second. That's why you always need to look at the dice board and never look at the boss. Sometimes I look at the amount of poison the boss has if I want to figure out, oh, do I want to keep adding more poison or do I just start swiping now dices for the poison to kick in. But yeah, as you can see, now I have 62 turns and we have 23 seconds left, and it just keeps adding the poison. A lot of chain attacks, something I don't really like here because this attempt I think was my worst attempt out of all the three. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is pretty nice, pretty easy, straightforward to beat these bosses. You need to have, of course, a full team of players that can actually do these strategies as well, not just it's not about singular attempts only. Alright, 70 turns of poison and we managed to score another 25 million for a total of, as you can see, 74.51 million. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys all in my next video.